Firstly, I'd like to welcome you all and welcome you to the Paying the Price Women, Work and Care Forum. This is our first parliamentary forum for 2014. On behalf of COTA New South Wales, I'd like to thank you for your involvement, but I'd also like to offer particular thanks to a number of MPs who I understand will be joining us later on today, and that includes Jan Barham, Barbara Perry and Greg Piper. I'd like to give you some background about today's forum. In recent years, we at COTA New South Wales have extended our efforts to learn more about the issues that matter most to older people. We run consumer reference groups throughout the state. We conduct consumer surveys each year. These activities give us a real insight into the issues that concern older people. One of the key findings arising from these consultations is that people are anxious about their ability to retain or even access secure housing. In line with the research undertaken by a number of the speakers today, we have found that women are more likely than men to be fearful about their ability to find and keep appropriate housing as they age. As you will hear today, there are a number of forces at work that make women less likely than their male counterparts to have secure housing in older age. In our society, women have and continue to provide the bulk of the care of their children, and to a lesser extent to ageing parents and partners. Most of us would agree that this care is invaluable, but it comes at a cost. Women who spend months, years, or even decades providing full or part-time care for the people they love lose the opportunity to participate in the paid workforce. Obviously, this translates into lost earnings. A person who has spent a considerable period of their life offering care will reach older age with fewer savings than someone who has worked for decades, as well as, in many cases, little to no superannuation. Once women in this category were protected from poverty because they were, by and large, married, and most married couples would achieve home ownership over the course of their lives. Even if you'd been a low-income worker, if you owned your home, had access to the age pension at 65, you would be protected from severe disadvantage. However, this scenario is less and less likely to prevail. More and more women are reaching older age as single people who have never enjoyed any prospect of owning a home. These are people who are at risk of homelessness. We also note that these women are the canaries in the mine. Patterns of home ownership are shifting and doing so rapidly. More and more people are reaching older age with no home and no prospect of owning one. The number of people in this category will rise with each generation. On the one hand, the cost of housing is so steep in the metropolitan areas that decreasing numbers of people will ever own a home. On the other hand, fewer homes are being passed from one generation to another, as ageing people will be increasingly expected and in fact compelled to draw on the assets to fund their own aged care. For the last century or so, home ownership has been the bulwark protecting people from poverty in retirement. In the next 100 years, we'll be grappling with an entirely different set of circumstances.